Damien Lillard has officially been traded to the Bucks, and we're just going to go over what this is going to mean for the NBA, because this is an absolutely huge deal. I mean, this is one of the biggest trades we've seen in recent memory. The Bucks have had Giannis, who's one of the best players in the NBA, and they keep him, obviously. And they've had a great defense, great system. Giannis has been amazing. What's their problem been? It's been like perimeter creation and scoring. What do they get here? An elite perimeter creation scorer. I mean, Damien Lillard is the perfect fit for the Bucks. The reason why they weren't in trade talks as much is really because people didn't think they could pull off this trade. I mean, they can't trade Giannis, but they managed to make Jrue Holiday work. They trade him a first-round pick in a lot of years, as well as 2 pick swaps. And the Suns are also involved. This is a 3-way trade, as you can see here. And obviously, you absolutely love it for the Bucks. They get that second elite superstar, and they don't give up too much. They don't give up their whole future. And, they're building around Giannis right now. They're trying to win a title. This is exactly what you have to do if you're the Bucks. Just absolutely perfect. I mean, I think they really could have given up more. They could have given up more picks, and it still would have been a great trade. They set themselves up for the next 5 years, especially these next 2 to 3 years, to be really good. Both of these guys have been pretty healthy as well, considering other NBA superstars. And they've already jumped to first in odds, obviously. I mean, unbelievable. This team is just going to have that unbelievable interior presence of Giannis, who's one of the top 2 to 3 players in the NBA. And then you're going to have the exterior presence of Dame, who's a top 15 player in the NBA and one of the best scorers. I mean, unless this team has some insane depth issues, if they can stay healthy, they're guaranteed to make it at least to the conference championship. And I think they're probably going to win the title. I mean, just unbelievable that they managed to pull this off. But let's look, they do lose Jrue Holiday, and, he's one of the more underrated players in the NBA. Good defender, just a, decent scorer. He's a good option on a championship team, and, that will hurt losing him, but it's nothing compared to getting Dame. And for the other teams, you can see the Blazers, they're going to get 2 pretty good players. They get Ayton. He's pretty decent, and he's also decently young. And they're also going to get Jrue Holiday, who's a bit on the older side, but he's another just very good player that a lot of these good contending teams will want. I think it would make sense. They're probably going to trade away Jrue Holiday, but we'll end up seeing, and they might keep Ayton. Either way, these are 2 very good players, and they're going to get those pick swaps in that pick, but you are kind of hoping to get a young superstar or maybe like a ton of picks. So you have to say, it's exactly what they had to do. They had to get rid of Dame, make sure he didn't just go away in free agency. They had to trade him, and they managed to get some pretty good players. But you gotta be a little disappointed that maybe they couldn't have gotten a little more, but it's really not bad. They're doing exactly what they want to do, rebuild, get picks, and those picks and pick swaps, the Bucks could be bad by then if Dame is retired and maybe Giannis is off the team or something. And if the Bucks are rebuilding, they could get some really high picks. I think that the Suns definitely got the worst part of this deal. Now, they give up Ayton, and they get 4, role players. Nurkic is pretty decent, and they're going to get some other, decent rotational guys, backups, role players. And you have to say, it's really not that bad, right? They didn't really want Ayton, even though he has more potential than all of these other guys for sure. What the Suns really needed was they needed depth. Okay, this Suns team, the reason they didn't go far last year, they didn't have the depth, they didn't have the defense, they didn't have kind of the stability. And sure, you get rid of your 3rd or 4th best player and manage to get a lot of good, decent guys in return. You gotta say that maybe it's not exactly what they would have wanted, but it's honestly not that bad. They kind of, they get some. They probably improve their roster overall, and especially they make their roster a little bit less risky with this move, kind of cementing them as one of these 4 teams that will definitely compete for the title this year. Ultimately, the Bucks get Damian Lillard. That's, of course, the headline. That's unbelievable. I think it's crazy that one of the best teams in the NBA, the 1 seed, just got a top 15 player one of the best scorers. I mean, the fit is just unbelievable again. And if this Bucks team can stay healthy, they're probably going to win the title. Like, as simple as that. I mean, just a superstar pairing like this that isn't super injury prone, it just does not happen. I mean, just unbelievable. And having decent players around them as well. So, overall, you gotta love it for the Bucks. Blazers are doing what they want to do. They want to rebuild. Okay, well, trade your franchise player who's getting very old and get young players, get some valuable pieces, and get some picks, right? They did exactly what they wanted to do. Make sure they still get value for them while they can. And then the Suns are just going to really fill out the roster a little bit better. Overall, it's honestly, I think the Blazers and Suns, slight wins for them. And, of course, the Bucks, absolutely huge win. Love to see it. And I think it's going to be such a fun team to watch. And, yep, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sub for more.